All right, so yellow-orange control. This is a deck list that card for card top-aided the community run tournament over the week. I think that had like 60-some players in it. So just another high-card quality deck. Control decks notably get to play 2 copies of Misanthropia when they're in yellow, so it's because all minions blight 3. So while it doesn't necessarily kill the entire board right away, it eventually kills everything that was in play while we cast it. Yeah, Brawl was just pretty dry. Like one of the big reasons I play card games, the reasons why I focus on constructed in card games, is because I like thinking about how I'm going to build my decks in them. And with Brawl, because it's singleton and because the standard card pool is so small, there's not really a lot of interesting or meaningful optimizing to be doing. So, Wonder Drug's a card you want to burn early. So this card gains you 4 life and draws a card normally. But if you have 7 life or less, you draw 2 cards and gain 8 life, which is pretty good. Although, now that I've said that, my opponents led on the Karen Henge here, which I think signifies they're playing an aggressive deck. So I think I'd actually rather hold on to this just in case. So I'm going to burn Revelations here, which is slow. I'm going to go ahead and lead on Maze over here. So Maze is a staple in a lot of these yellow decks. It's a 0/3 for 1 that at the beginning of every one of your turns, it gains +1 toughness. And then you can drain it of 3 of its toughness to draw a card. So it generally always draws 1 card, and sometimes it draws 2 or even 3 if it survives on the board for a while. Okay, yep, and unfortunately I said usually it draws cards because, well, usually. Here, my opponent's deployed a threat across from my thing and it's not able to draw a card here, unfortunately. It's been Guardian Angel for now. I guess I could mend to heal this and then draw a card with it. I think I'd rather just play a 2/3 here, though, so my 2/3 can eat their 2/2 next turn. Now, their hero power is one that aggressive decks tend to play. It gives them the ability to spend 2 resources to give one of the minions +1 attack. So they could have infused this to trade with my 2/3, but I think I'd also be okay with that. Opponent's deck looks to be the... Opponent looks to be playing the blue-red aggro deck that top-aided over the weekend as well. Now, my path here has the downside where every quarter it gives my minions fragile. So now this actually trades here, which kind of sucks. Yeah, maybe I should have just played out Eager Recruit over here. Oh, right, the field has Defender, or the Mace has Defender, so they have to attack that first. You're correct. This card draws them a card every time it hits me, so I think I want to get rid of that. So I'm going to burn these balls, and I'm going to go ahead and Poxbringer to trade here. That dies at the start of their turn due to blight. Thanks, Jace. So this is a guitar playing bard here. 4/6 that's warded, so destroy effects don't work on it. It can draw them a card and then put a card from their hand back into their deck every turn. And then if it eventually stores up enough, it can draw enchantments from their deck or give another minion frenzy to let it attack twice. Our hand kind of sucks here. I don't really have great plays. Yeah, I'm aware Dark Passenger works, but I don't have a third orange card. So I'm going to put my enchantment down over here. That says every time I deploy a minion to this lane, I gain 2 life, and that minion has regen 2. I'm just going to go ahead and pass here. Hopefully my opponent gets a little bit aggressive and like plays out a couple more minions this turn, and then I can misanthropia them. We're about to take a ton of damage. They just gave this frenzy. Just took 10 there total. Yeah, and I think we're going to do what I just talked about, which is we'll hit them for 2 here, and then we'll play Misanthropia out. Please play another minion out. Deal. Okay, so they're going to kill my thing. That's fine. This activates to deal 1 damage to something, so they just, like, overextended pretty hardcore here. So we're going to burn Dark Passenger and then play our Sweeper. So these two die, this goes to a 1-3, and then next turn this will die because it'll get -3/-3 again. That's funny, Snuggle Bear. Snuggle Bear and Sugar Bear. So this is a super powerful enchantment here. It says the occupied minion has +3/+3. So I'm going to want to put blockers down over here because whatever they deploy to this lane is going to be huge. Let's burn this. I'm going to deploy one of my twins here so I gain 2 life. When this comes into play, it creates a free copy of itself, or a copy of the other twin, which is slightly different than this card. So this will play out over here. At the beginning of their turn, this is going to die because it has Blight 3. We're still at 16, but like the combination of rush minions and these things that make their stuff bigger can be pretty deadly. Regen counters Blight to a degree. So regen triggers at end of turn and Blight triggers at the beginning of turn. There's like a little bit of offset there, kind of. Blight also lowers your max toughness. Yes, that is accurate. Yep, it's a good trade there for us. So I can't burn this because I've already burned it once before. I'm going to go ahead and put Paris Recruit over here. I'm sliding this over so it blocks here. I'm going to go ahead and play Zolea out here so I gain 2 by deploying to this lane. And Zolea has an activated ability to give something Blight 1. So we're going to go ahead and shrink this so it'll die eventually. Can give a minion 3 attack, and if it gets all the way up to 6, we can have our opponent lose 5 life at the end of every one of our turns. I don't think I've ever seen this card get to 6. Usually she just like sits there and hands out Blight. Brutal. And this trades here now, because I'm currently fragile. Rough, so they just like killed my whole board. That's pretty unfortunate. And they have a 7/7 now.
Reporting.
I'm gonna go ahead and give this deadly and just hope that they don't draw away. Hope that they don't draw away to kill this. If this kills this, I'm gonna be in trouble. Wow, that seems like a huge misplay. I think they definitely should have played this over here and traded with this deadly minion. What does this do? Fully heal all your minions and gain 4 life. Cute.
Hey there.
Seal of Exile is actually kind of sweet because it exiles both of these.
Do we have a mission?
My hero power heals me and all of my minions for 1. I'm hoping to go down to 7 life to draw 2 cards, possibly. That's something I am potentially looking to do. Well, that's a getting angel, huh? So, goodbye, friends. So she destroys all the stuff. She loses 2 toughness because she killed 2 of their things. She gains 1 attack. She killed 1 of my things. Am I dead? Not quite. This has Rush, which is real good. My Wonder Drug gets to gain me 8 though now. And draw 2. Sign me up. This can't take more than 2. Oh, I'm out of yellow, huh? What do I want to do here? I think I just exile this, yeah. That's like one of their better cards, it just gets rid of all of them. And do I hit them in the face for 5, or do I slide this over and block here? I think I just slide this over and block. I think I'm going to burn this libre here. Because this along with Dark Passenger kills almost anything, which is great. Oh, that. Right, I was on fragile. I guess that trade feels real bad. All right, heal up. Yeah, we're semi-stable is a good descriptor. Brutal. Stairway to Hades. Whenever the minion in this lane dies, they get frenzy and return it to play. So it comes back and it gets to attack twice. That's a draw 3. Sign me up. Temptation's real good. They're at 31 though, so like they have infinite time to stabilize here. I think I want to burn this. Yeah, I'm going to burn this because this gives me ability to play all 3 of these in a turn next turn. They have a link to the tournament from last weekend. Not offhand. If you ask in one of the Discord servers, I'm sure people in there can provide them though. Yeah, Stairway's a tough nut to crack. They have just been, they didn't play any minions out last turn though, so they seem to be struggling to find gas here at this point, so that's good for us. I love the small animations that the enchantments have. Huh? Is it crazy to Pox plus Dark Passenger this to keep this alive? I feel like that's not crazy. I kind of want to just like this lets me cycle through another card here. Which feels good. I'm gonna burn this so I can heal. Okay. Yeah, they're just mostly on empty here, huh? Oh, that's a good hit too. Comes into play, gain 3 life, dies, draw a card. It's a 6/6. I have a leftover resource. Should probably just eat a thing from their bin for good measure. Just gonna pay a resource to heal itself and banish a minion from a boneyard. Yeah, we were looking a little bit sketchy there in the mid game, but like between our champion power and like these 2 lane enchantments, we gained a bunch of life back. Stabilize hard and fast. And now we get to like deploy these twins here. I'm gonna have this bump here, and then use this to heal itself. Use this to gain a life back. Like, we're back up to 24 here and just have a super superior board position. They were above 30 at one point when we started stabilizing and getting to close out here really quickly. Banish all minions with 4 toughness or more. Yep, that's a good catch-up. That's a good one. Alright, is it time to misanthropia? I think it's time to misanthropia here. So, that'll kill 2 of these, and it'll shrink this one down, eventually get rid of it. Sapo. Sapo here is a 6/6 that when he comes down, he destroys the thing he comes down across from. So, like, their next minion's gonna get Sapo'd, which is great. Yeah, I've actually played a bunch of Pokemon TCG. I think that game's really well done. It's one that I definitely enjoy the gameplay of a lot. Their competitive scene is absolutely rancid, though. I actually bought a bunch of paper Pokemon cards at one point and played their tournaments in paper, and they're just, like, riddled with cheaters. Makes the experience really terrible. Yep, they are just... So when this kills something, it gets another attack action, which is sick. And then, yep, you almost have, go. This was a sweet game. It was a long game. Control deck played long games. Surprise. But when we stabilized hard. So they get to kill my thing here, I guess, but like they're at 10 and like my hand's full of gas. Oh, they can't kill it because they can't hero power it again. Awkward. Yeah, the kind of downside of playing the enchantment deck there, rearing its head for my opponent as the game went long. Where can we get access to the orange-green mid-range deck we just played? It's in the deck queue on my website. You'll have to scroll down. There's a bunch of Magic decks above it. So it sorts by Magic Standard, then Pioneer, then Mythgard, then Modern, I believe. It's a reverse alphabetical order. I'm doing well drawing. Life is phenomenal. Any personal favorites? Where the Lines Overlap is one of my favorites. Probably. I had to pick a Paramore song offhand. Could be a similar aggressive deck again. I think I want to lead on the maze here. Hopefully we'll have a better result than last time. I think I want to burn Misanthropia. Actually, I probably don't have a chance. Nah, I'm gonna have a chance to play that out. Let's burn Misanthropia to start. Is it the same person? I don't remember the username. Does anybody else remember the username? It looks like the same. Nope, different deck. So if it is the same person, it's a different deck. Current rank champion. What does champion mean? Is that as high as you can get? That's the tippy top. Okay. There, we gotta be on our best here, chat. So I'm gonna deploy my Benji Falls across from their 1/1 enchantment. Is that way? Because I'm gonna want to deploy things to block here. It means they're better than you and you should concede out of respect. Something like that. Or 23 currently. Does it list all the champions somewhere? All the good nuts. Thanks for the brand new, the tier 3 re-up there for the half a year at that. Welcome back. Fully heals whenever an enemy minion is created. Neat. I'm going to burn the Wonder Drug for now because I'm probably not anywhere near doing that. I'm just going to go ahead and poxbringer this one. So this heals back up because my minion died, but it gets blighted, so it's going to get to shrink here. I've actually been playing an Armageddon Angel loop deck too. That's been a lot of fun. Root of the World is a sick card. So Linker Place, I can get a quick rundown of what's going on in this game. Thanks for the content. Thanks for the 4 months, Irlad. I don't have a quick start guide offhand that I've made. Does anybody else know of other places that have made quick start guides that are good? I was listening to YouTube while at work, and I just thought I could listen live. You definitely can. So the basic core concept of the game, especially coming from Magic, is that this game doesn't have a resource system in it where you put lands in your deck or a resource like that in your deck. Instead, you can discard any of the cards from your hand back into your deck to get a resource of those colors. And then the combat in this game is played out on this lane system where units can only attack or block the 3 lanes in front of them. That is a 7/7. That's a big mamma jamma. So this can eat here. And again, the interface here shows me. So this is a good example of the combat system. So this can attack these 2 things in front of it, but I can't attack all the way over here. I also can't attack their face because I'm obligated to attack their blockers. So let's do that. That's a 7/7. I'm going to go ahead and give this deadly and draw a card when it dies. So let's trade here. All right, what do I want to do here? Let's burn this orange card so I can play another orange card out this turn. I deploy a minion to this lane. I gain 2 life, which is nice. Oh, this can clear things from their bin. I'm going to go ahead and I have an extra resource, so I might as well just exile a thing from their bin if they have plenty. Just in case they have things that recur stuff from the discard pile. There are multicolored cards in this game. Multicolored cards burn for whatever colors listed in the middle. So multicolored cards will always have a line in the middle just like this. This is an orange line. So a multicolored card will have one of its 2 colors in the middle, and that's what it burns for. This is a 3/4 with Alpha Strike here. So I think I'm going to burn Zolea here and drop the Harvester down in front of here so we can eat this in combat next turn. I'm going to smack their face for 2 and then go ahead and pass. Your Angel is normally full art, right? So the partner sleeves in this game, when you're playing with them, they randomly full art different cards. Yeah, they always burn. There aren't any cards that burn for 2 different thresholds currently. So if they can find a way to do a little bit of damage to this or pump this up, this could potentially Alpha Strike through this. But even if this card eats it in combat, it draws me a card when it dies. This Harvester is a great control finisher because it stabilizes your life total a little bit, is a big body, and then replaces itself when it goes away. This is pretty common in yellow mid-range and control decks. My opponent's enchantment here, in addition to giving their unit +1 attack, -2 defense, and Alpha Strike, lets them draw an extra card at the start of every one of their turns. Let's go ahead and kill that. Hit your face. Lavish Proxy I'm not super worried about right now. This card has regen 2 and it's a 4/9, and they can't die while it's in play, but they're nowhere near dying right now, so I'm just going to ignore that down here on the left, and we'll just Seal of Exile it at some point when we're ready to kill them. Hey, Indie Terror, thanks for the 18 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Twins sound great. I'm going to go ahead and burn this Temptation for now and play out a Recruiter over here.
Hey there.
Even though I have 1 resource available here, I cannot play out this Parasol Recruit because I'm out of orange gems here, so just need to pass. Well, I guess I could eat something out of their bin, might as well. I believe cyberpunk is the Vorthos genre you would refer to this as. It's got like computery type stuff in it. Probably don't want to overextend into Angel. I mean, like, am I really overextending? Like, I've got... This draws a card when it dies. The Angel's going to kill their Lavish proxies. Like, if the Angel at this point, that's not really a big deal. Right? Oh, huh. Do I just... Yeah, I also have a full hand. Huh. I think I'm just going to Seal of Exile both of these and get rid of them. I do need to get rid of this before I eventually kill them, but I think that's fine. So I can't burn this again because it's already been burned, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and cycle it here. Misanthropia is not something I'm interested in at the moment.
Do we have a mission?
I'm going to go ahead and bump these here. Of course you can get a timeout for the road. So they're down to 3 cards here. I don't have any other card draw in my deck. Maybe I should have, in my hand, maybe I should have kept the draw 3, but like, I've got 4 really good units in my hand, which is great. We played Brawl this morning on Arena, and it was really awful. Was not super pleased with the Brawl gameplay. We're gonna do any Mythgard drops in the future. All right, there's their Armageddon Angel that clears the board. Is it crazy to just get an Angel there, get an Angel? That's probably silly. I think I can just Zolea this. If I Zolea it, I'm gonna take some hits here. Yeah, we conceded over half our games, just like not wanting to play against Broco. So I guess I can play this here as like a blocker. That seems fine. Draws a card. I'm gonna burn this for now, I think. This goes down to a 9-2 every turn. This is going to get 1/1 smaller. So now if they want to attack here, these will trade. Does your mana refill equal the amount of gems you have each turn? You have a total maximum mana here. So I have 8 total. And generally your maximum mana matches your gem count, but not always. There are some cards that ramp that. Hello, wife. Hope you're doing well this afternoon. As a wife, if you're listening, as a heads up, my Facebook Messenger just hasn't been working in my browser for the last day and a half. So if you've tried to message me, I have not heard. I think the new lands look really sweet. So they're out of cards in their hand. So honestly, I think I might just get an Angel them here. Like, they've got nothing, so let's just like try and put lethal in play basically. Or close to it. Just close the game out ASAP. Yeah, I agree. The art's really well done. And if you like the art, cards that you have the artwork for, I can show this off after the game actually. There's a gallery where you can see high resolution versions of the artworks. Let's pull that up. The tech surrounding this game might be the best technology I've ever used in a digital card game. Yeah, this game is a free-to-play option. You can install it on Android, iOS, Windows, Linux, OS X through Steam. Is it social? Where is it? Collection? Collection is where it's at. Gallery. You can see high-res versions of the artwork for a lot of these cards, which is sweet. That's an artwork. This might be the best card game I've ever played from a base mechanics standpoint. And the fact that they've paired the great base mechanics for a game with excellent software as well is just fantastic. Yeah, Android and iOS, just search Mythgard in the appropriate store. In fact, before I worked out a small sponsor deal with their developers, I played on mobile more than on the desktop computer because like when I'm not streaming, I don't play that many computer games. So, like my job is streaming, so I want to get away from the computer when I'm off it. So like sitting on the couch playing on like my tablet or my phone. What's my favorite color in this game? Probably red or orange, I think. Insurance Broker and Panic Raider are two of my favorite cards in the game. And those are red and orange cards, respectively. Or orange and red, I don't know. One's red, one's orange. Yeah, you can also play fully in the web browser without downloading anything, which is sick. I did not ever play Soul Forge. That was one I never got into. See, this person is gold 6. They have a pretty reasonable collection. You can follow people. You can block people. You can see their match history and see when they've won and lost. Like, I can only assume based on WotC's inability to get these basic features into Arena that you have to be a small indie company to have good features like this. Oh yeah, Flake, were they one of the people that did the coverage this past weekend? I'm still pissed I kickstarted Soul Forge. That game was so bad, one of the worst card games I've played in 26 years of gaming. That's a review. So I was gonna burn Seal and play this Eager Recruit, but because I drew my 7-drop, I'm gonna burn my 7-drop. Eager Recruit is so good against these aggro decks because it's a 2-1 that trades with their 1-drop, but it also makes me a 1-1 to trade with their next low toughness creature, which is great. Dragon's Teeth. At the start of each player's turn, they draw an extra card. All right, well, our hand's about to get real full.
Do we have a mission?
The 3-color enchantment combo deck that loops Armageddon Angel over. That's actually become my favorite deck too, Fatsino. I don't have a very good win rate with it. I'm not convinced that that deck's actually good. I've tried a lot of variations of it, but it generates fun games of Mythgard. Yeah, so the resource system in here is very straightforward. I can burn any card in my hand to gain a resource. So, for instance, I'm going to burn this maze, and I'll go up to a 3rd resource and a 2nd yellow gem here. And then cards have both a resource requirement and a gem requirement to play them. Yeah, I will say that probably half my games that I've lost with the deck are probably because I made a mistake. And that's one of the reasons why I've enjoyed playing it as well. Yeah, so the lack of this game with the 6 different colors in it keeps a ton of the deep deck building strategy that you get with a game like Magic, but burning cards instead of having lands in your deck removes that resource variance that's very frustrating in Magic. Hey, thanks for the sub giftee, Captain Command. My poor little Blake guy. Oh, Temptation is good. So, I'm gonna go ahead and burn Seal of Exile here, and Temptation steals their thing. And then this dies, and I draw a card, so that's perfect. Nearly 3 years of Hoaglandia. Put this towards Tez, Master of the Bridge, and Brawl. So, Maris, after playing Brawl this morning, I'm not going to be adding Brawl to the formats that I'm playing. It's not a format for me. Our hand is so full, and a lot of my cards draw cards, which is awkward. I guess we'll play this out and play this here. I just need to play 2 cards every turn, so I don't have to discard the hand size, ideally. Let's exile one of their things. can't hold all of these cards. They're playing like a mono red draw extra cards deck. That's brutal on my positioning. So this card comes into play. It deals 3 damage to the 3 opposing lanes. So because I had a guy here and here, they both died.
Oh, I found you.
Awaken, you lose 2 life. Demise, gain 6. Weird. I'm not a big MLP fan. It's not not really into it. No judgment of anyone who is, but this is not my thing. Actually, playing this out across from here was probably bad, because I can infuse this and kill my thing. When one of your other minions die, add a 2/1 Forlorn Spirit to your hand. That's pretty good. Awaken, deal 1 damage to each enemy player. Whoa, that was a misclick. I definitely meant to play this. I said too many cards in my hand. Awkward. Have to discard here. Well, that'll kill this eventually, I guess, but I had intended to play Armageddon Angel. Can you bump Abzan Rally? You definitely can. Thanks for the support. Seven Ring Ritual. Well, that's super punishing for my mistake. I guess I get to Seal of Exile and counter this, but bye, friends. I could have Misanthropia too. Yeah, maybe he's playing the second Misanthropia was better there. I don't know. Misanthropia would have triggered this though, right? And given them a bunch of things. I bought the pony sleeves to support the Children's Hospital and encourage WotC to do more charitable stuff. That makes sense. When it dies, it destroys the enchantment in the opposing lane. That's pretty good.
Come play.
So if I want to trade here, I lose my enchantment, but I think that's fine.
Oh, I found you.
Down to 18 cards in my deck. From watching, I don't see much of a difference between the color. It's an article that describes the Mythgard color pie. So, the difference between the colors in Mythgard tends to be more Vorthos based as opposed to the specific effects that they do based, which I actually really like. Because in Magic, you get a lot of, like, really feel-bad moments where you're like, well, my colors can't interact with enchantments, or my color can't interact with artifacts. You get a lot of non-games because of that. If that makes sense. Oh, I don't have enough yellow to play another yellow thing out. Awkward. Should have burned a yellow card.
Hey there.
Have to discard again. Probably just Wonder Drug. Yeah, I should have played a yellow so I could have played out meso so I wouldn't have had to discard a card there. Well, now we're drawing 3 cards a turn. I was looking through the Pioneer submission of the queue and noticed there weren't any feather submissions. Just so you understand the deck queue isn't these are decks Jeff thinks are good or bad. The deck queue is these are decks people have paid me money to play. Just for sake of clarity. So you should in no way take what's in the deck queue as like Jeff likes or doesn't like. Because that is not what it means. Veil of Summer is an exhausting card. It's the only way to say it. It's exhausting. Well, they're down to 15 cards in their deck, and I'm at 12, so we're gonna like banish all minions with 4 or more. Yep.
Nothing lasts.
Yep. Well, chat.
Muere. Duerme.
It feels anti-control. I think I'm actually... I guess I could burn something again here if I seal this and then I keep my life gain enchantment. Yeah, I'm dumb. Oh, we got another one out of their hand. That's sick. Yeah, that was a mistake on my part. I missed 2 points of damage, which is a big deal. Yeah, I can burn after I seal of exile. So seal costs you a resource and a gem. So once you lose one, you can burn another.
Flame, take you.
Through my misanthropias. I just deploy this here. And like put twins down over here again.
Duerme. Muere.
Reporting.
Do we have a mission?
We might not have enough closing power here. Because they're drawing 3 cards a turn. If we can get like 1 turn where we can attack them, if we can get 10 damage through, we kill the Dragon's Teeth. Try to complete all the life loss quests. Listen, I'm just trying to win games. Yeah, Mythgard decks are $10 for subs. Yup. That's interesting. Okay, so that's gonna mean they start decking out before me. Build-arounds are more. So build-arounds are more for every game, so they just make me do more work. So the pricing on build-arounds is what it is because they take my time. Let's discard the draw 3. Don't need that one. Oh, crap. I forgot that they were going to heal, so this lives for 1 more turn. Awkward.
Smash.
So, I'm going to do this. And I think I'm just going to get an angel here. And then, like, play this over here. Have to discard a card. Well, we don't. Wonder Drug's not very useful at this point. Brawl was awful. Bad to the point that we're not going to be playing it again on stream. I can pass for 2 turns, they lose. Yeah, if we gain enough life and they can't gain life, that's definitely true. So now, the damage you take when you're decked in this game goes up every time you draw another card. So the first time you draw a card and can't, you take 1, then 2, then 4, then 8. Hopefully we can keep gaining life here with this.
Oh, I found you.
Yeah, it scales up very quickly. Let's play this to stun their 2/6. I'm gonna play my Harvester here. Oh, the depletion damage kills their things. Okay, that makes sense. That's good to know.
Not fair.
So they gain 6 there, but like their depletion damage is huge here. So I'm taking less than that now, and I can keep gaining 2 life by playing this here and by using my hero power. Wow, brutal. Killed my thing and made me draw. I'm down to 9. Alright, so let's give this deadly. Kill this. And then Miraculous Feast heals that, heals me. I don't think I want to play this. I think I want to hold on to it. So they're dead next turn, right? I don't think I'm dead. Am I dead?
The stars align. The stars.
I don't remember if I'm taking 18. Wait, why did I draw 2? Oh, because of my my path power. That was rough. The old negative 82. Yeah, their deck seemed well suited to beat up on a control deck. Like we're just completely unable to power through. And so again, artifacts lose durability when you hit the opponent directly, but they were just so good at controlling the board and keeping our minions from hitting them that we're never able to get through and destroy their artifacts. Which was a little bit tough for us. This hand kind of sucks. When I don't have any early plays here, we're on the play at least. The opponent got to negative 217. Yeah, so the starting health totals in this game are dictated by your path. So my path says I get +1 health when I'm on the play, and I get +5 health when I'm on the draw, so 1 + 4. Their path always gives them +7 starting life total. So what your starting life total is going to look like will be dictated by what your path is that goes along with your deck, and whether or not you're on the play or the draw. Yeah, there's a lot of deck building knobs in this game. I definitely spent one of my metrics for like how good a game is to me is how much time I spend thinking about it when I'm off stream, and like definitely spent a lot of time thinking about how I wanted to build different decks off stream in this game. It looks to be playing the blue-red aggressive deck that we played against earlier. They are Masters 4, a little bit higher than us. What is there another step between gold and masters? Does anybody know? Or is it gold, and then masters? Yeah, not only does this game have an overlay, but the overlay... Oh, is that mithril? Does M stand for mithril? That makes sense. I assumed it was masters. The overlay for this game is built directly into the client, which is super slick. I don't have anything else to play here, so like playing this to gain 4, draw 1 isn't why it's in our deck, but I think I just want to cycle it here. So this is a great thing to Misanthropia here, although they're going to be able to give something Frenzy next turn, which is a little scary. I'm going to burn a 3rd yellow card so we can do this. Gives all minion Blight 3, so this will die and this will go to a 2/2, and the next turn this will die. Yeah, company recognizes the value in making Twitch not suck. Can you explain how the mana works? Yeah, so instead of having lands in your deck, you can take any card in your hand at any point and burn it to have that card turn into a resource here. So for example, this Seal of Exile, I'm gonna go ahead and put it down here. And what that does is it gives me an orange gem for it and a total resource over here. And every turn, both your resources and gems replenish. And playing a card has both a gem requirement and a resource requirement. So the number in the circle is how many resources you need. And then the symbols next to it is how many gems you need. It might be greedy to not just do this again, because, like, they deployed enchantment over here. This thing's going to hit me really hard next turn. I could also go Falls into Recruiter into Hero Power, though, and, like, maybe they extend more out into the board. I'm going to wait and see if I can get more with this Misanthropia.
Hey there.
This buys me a bit of time here. Let's do that, because that's dying regardless. Maybe they like deploy an enchantment here and deploy another unit out over here, and like this replaces itself, so like losing it's not that big of a deal. We're gonna get to take a Panic Raider with us. Was that great? right now, yeah. A lot of the decisions surrounding this game are just like they're just good choices. And they even traded there, so that's decent for us. So I can go ahead and play Misanthropia here. And then this is a good example of the resource system. Even though I have a resource left, I can't play this because I currently lack yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and burn this Blight. So that way I can go ahead and play this here. When I deploy a minion on this lane, I gain 2. We're going to take a pretty big hit this turn still, though. Like, we could just be dead here if they have a rush minion. The fact that I played the Wonder Drug early was probably wrong. So, next turn, this is going to die, which is great. Yeah, I agree we're probably dead here. I'm going to deploy this over here. Play my Libre in it to stun this and gain some life. And then I can do this to gain another life. So this can't attack, that dies. And again, like, one of the things the opponent's deck does at this point in the game is they can just not have enough minions to get by, which is something that can allow us to win the game. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this over here, so that way I can deploy another minion into this lane. So I'm going to go ahead and deploy... is this a 5/4? It doesn't really matter, they're the same. So I'm going to deploy this here, which creates another twin. And then I can deploy this twin down here to block. And then I'm going to go ahead and burn this Ghul and go ahead and gain a life here. So we are stabilizing here. Next turn, this is going to get to draw another card. I could possibly deploy more minions to these spots. Or we're almost dead. Got it. Woof. Woof. Alright, so let's do that. So they played a card that destroys all minions with toughness 4 or more. And a bunch of my things did. But we're still stabilizing here. So like this comes into play, gains me 2, kills all their stuff. This comes into play here, gains me 2 more. And I'm gonna burn this and play this out over here. there any merit to sealing the 2 pups that are... I don't think so. Like, the only card that really plays around is the Gigomantia. I don't think it's worth playing around that effect. It's a one of. They have 30 some cards in their deck.
Yes. Brilliant.
Let's start with Recruiter here.
Hey there.
This draws 3. I'm gonna go ahead and put Dark Passenger here. So that way if these trade, if this wants to attack, these trade. We could die here though if they have a good haste minion. So I'm down to 5. If they don't have a rush minion here, yeah, and like, this is what happened last time we played this matchup. Our opponent got really close, and then like, they couldn't get the final few points of damage in, and we stabilized super hard on the backs of Venom and Falls here. Like, just look at the amount of life we are gaining just every turn. Like, we gained 5 life this turn, right? Yeah, the enchantments are super strong. There are no Okos in this game, and your client doesn't randomly leak memory and crash every 2 hours. So it's a bit of an adjustment if you try it coming from Magic. Oh, you know what? Deploying this here was wrong because I can't move this now. So I'm going to slide this over. We'll play Peri at the gates out here.
Fortune favors us.
Oh, and that was a good one too. So Harvesters, another card that's just like super good at stabilizing. When it comes into play, it's a 6/6, and it gains me 3 life when it plunks down. So back up to 15, go. Yeah, we were at 1 at one point this game. Is accurate. Wonder drug, one, one, wonder drug, do. Back up to 25. Let's go. Do. As a prolific aggro player, I would have scooped long ago if I was your opponent. I agree. We are firmly in garbage time. It's garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do. Can I choose no targets? And give it no, I'm pretty sure no targets isn't an option. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Crunch, 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 crunch. Alright, so we lost to mono red nonsense, but aside from losing to mono red nonsense, this deck's looked real good. The control deck's actually ending the game once it's won. Yeah, you're not wrong. Not having to sit there and wait for your opponent to, like, tuck their Teferi 800 times is great. Yeah, there were definitely windows that game where we were like, alright, we're dead to a rush minion. And, like, that's the downside to the deck that they're playing. Like, sometimes that deck just runs out of gas and, like, has enchantments and no units in it. Like, their enchantments are very powerful and they have the right mix of things early, but, like, in the late game, it's a huge liability. What place are we on the ladder? We are currently gold 9. I believe it goes through gold 10, and then you hit mithril. Mithril and then champion, so we're 2 away from their equivalent of mythic or whatever it's called. Oh, you can just see total ranks in here. That's neat. Wait, does this mean I'm 18 overall? Is that what that means? Oh, we're 18th in that league. Okay, so this is just for gold league. Got it, because there's gold 10 at the top. You can sort by tier. That makes sense. I'm not used to having all these good interfaces and options, chat. They're overwhelming. I don't understand, chat. I'm overwhelmed. In-game leaderboard, yep. So I gotta decide how resource efficient I want to be here. I think I'd rather be resource efficient than trade with this right away. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put falls out in front of this, which means I'm gonna take a hit from this turn, but I'm gonna recover that when I deploy here next turn, so I think that's fine. Bulletproof Pope, thanks for the 32 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So again, every time I deploy a minion in this lane now, I gain 2. This card's been super strong in all the games we played today. I'm going to burn the poxbringer because I want to play this 2-drop yellow minion. My opponent played an evasive unit here, so this is a 3-1 with the agile mechanic. Agile means it can attack past my blocking units. So I can still attack in to hit this, but this is going to hit my face directly if they want. I'm going to burn Get Angel here. I'm just gonna deploy this here and then gain 1. I wanna wait until I can use this to sun something, I think. How much money did you have to pay for the in-game leaderboard? I did not. Oh, Flake with the host. Thanks for that. Hope you had a good stream today. That's pretty unfortunate. We're kind of getting run down here. I have double twins coming up though, which is appealing. So I guess we'll deploy this here and stun. And then if this wants to... Oh, they can hero power and smash this, right? I think I'm going to burn Wonder Drug. No, I'm going to burn Dark Bastard. I might want this Wonder Drug for later. Oh, I forgot to gain 1. Oh, I forgot to gain 1. I've made a huge mistake, chat. If we lose this game by 1 life, we have but myself to blame. I'm going to play the other one down here to gain 2 and start racing them on this end, I think. Because, like, if they cut through this one, I have another twin to play out. And, like, they've already played, like, 2 removal spells here, so hopefully they just don't have another one. Like, I can play with my life total a little bit here, because, like, I've got Wonder Drug in the bank, I've got this, I've got the enchantment out. While both the twins are in play, they get overrun and regen 3, which is great. So honestly, if they don't have a removal spell, I would say they might want to trade 2 for 1. Interesting. It's weird that they spent the agile one there. That feels strange to me. I would think they would rather have agile than the extra toughness. I did see that. Oh, that's good. So Temptation steals their unit, and then their unit kills their unit. Just good, clean mind control 2 for 1. I'm going to burn the Wonder Drug for now because I think we're high enough. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us, but this deck does want to get to like 7 and 8 resources, so I think keeping the extra twin is better than keeping the Wonder Drug. Arena runs better than my $900 8-year-old desktop than my $2,500 1-year-old laptop. Yeah, the performance issues with the Arena seem random almost. And I know obviously there's some logic to it, I'm sure, but like what actually happens and what, like, when it lags and where just is, there's no rhyme or reason to it, it feels like. Just gonna deploy both the twins down over here. Use my heal this time. Oh, this red card just rails us. I think we did, chat. That's fine. We've been beating up all the aggro decks. Wonder drug. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Hey, chat. Hey, chat. Remember when I forgot to gain 1 earlier this game? It was tactical, calculated, meant to do it. Never didn't have it. I'm really glad this is a no justice stream. Because if there was justice on this stream, I'd never win a game. Thanks for the half a year. Oh my god, it's aliens. Here's to 6 more months of lurking and enjoying silently. I appreciate you keeping me around. It was the big brain play. It was the big brain play. For those that are wondering why that was relevant, I was at exactly 7, and this card gains us 4 more and draws us an extra card if we're at 7 or less. So the fact that I forgot to use my power earlier this game super paid off. Oh, I was fragile. That's awkward. Huh. So... how about I burn Scion, and then I'll deploy this down here, and we'll play Poxbringer here, gains 2, trades here. Those die from Blight. This is blocking these 3 lanes. There's currently not a deck plugin for this game, unfortunately. That's my #1 request for their Twitch extension. You can find this deck list in the deck queue on my website, if you scroll down to the Mythgard section on that. Alright, draw 3, but probably not enough to do anything useful. Yeah, good games, opponent. Or good game, singular. The red decks do have some very aggressive builds in this game, yes. All right, let's do one more with this one before we call it a day. We'll see how long it takes. Play for another half hour or so, probably. Okay, so we're gonna burn the Wonder Drug, so you don't want this till much later. We'll deploy the Maze out over here to get some card draw going. I really hope this game catches on, as they really deserve it. The game is feature-packed, it's unreal. The sad reality is that marketing rules. Glad to see your coverage of this title. Well, thanks for being here, Secret Muffin. And if you're a sub who enjoys the Mythgard stuff and you want to see more Mythgard content on my channel, make sure you reflect that in the sub survey I'm going to send out this evening. Playing control decks against aggro decks is just very satisfying, in my opinion. They're some of the best games in any TCG, any card game. And it's actually one of the reasons why this current standard format that Magic has, I think, sucks so much, because both aggro and control are really pretty awful in Magic's current standard format. Hey, thanks for the 20 months night stars. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So this gives this Blight 2, so this is going to die next turn, which means it can't kill my Maze, so my Maze will get to draw an extra card here. But I'm playing a red-purple deck. So this will get up to 3 toughness again on our turn here, so we get to go ahead and cash this in for an extra card draw, which is great. I'm going to burn Miraculous Feast. I don't really need to draw or gain life anytime soon. One of the things I like about this game is because of the way the burn mechanics work, even though there aren't sideboards in this game, you can put tech cards like this random gain 4 in your deck, and then you just burn them when you draw them early and they don't matter. You will redraw them eventually in longer games, but it's not nearly as punishing in Mythgard to experience that wrong half problem as it is to experience it in Magic, which is great. This card, every time it hits me, it gets smaller and they draw a card. So, like, in a perfect world, this ends up being like a deal 3, draw 2, unless I get to block it here, like so. I'm gonna burn the misanthropia here. Well, I guess if I burn Dark Passenger, I can play both of these. I really don't need the misanthropia, though. So I'm going to play Recruiter down over here.
Hey there.
Seal of Exiles on top, so I don't get to draw. Poop. Ah! Ah! This would have healed this, too. Ah! I keep forgetting about the power in this deck. Keep forgetting about the power. Should have used my power. Ooh. Alright, didn't matter. So they have a 3/3 left over there. I'm gonna burn Seal of Exile just because I don't really want to spend a resource to kill something at the moment. Let's deploy Harvester here. Yeah, just different, like committing that new type of action to muscle memory is something that takes time. It's not built the built-in default yet. We did not do any Pioneer content today. We did Brawl this morning for the first and last time. Wow, that's this card is gross, and you basically need to kill it on sight, and unfortunately, I cannot kill it next turn. So that's super unfortunate. So I can kill this, and then this card gives all their minions with 4 strength or less rush, so it's a little scary. What is Brawl? Brawl is a standard legal commander variant that exists on Magic Arena now. It was really that bad. It's the least. It was worse than playing standard. The games were not. I did not enjoy it. Oh yeah, Kyle, if you're someone who's new to the channel, my full-time gig is streaming Magic. So stream. Wait, what? Oh, Blast deals. So that's a huge mistake on my part. So Blast deals damage to the adjacent lanes where it attacks. So if they attack here, it hits here. So I should have deployed this 2/3 down over here. It's not too big of a deal because I've got Armageddon Angel here to reset the board. But there's I definitely placed that in the wrong lane because of it. Because of that fact. So let's just go ahead and drop her over here. I'm going to go ahead and burn a Dark Passenger here. Just keep hitting my resources. Even Okos aside, I didn't really have fun playing Brawl. Like we didn't play against any Okos because we kept conceding to people playing Oko, but like the non-Oko games we played, I just didn't find that enjoyable. Yeah, it feels like the card pool is too small to be genuinely interesting. That's pretty good. Gives us an extra power to attack here. Yeah, I guess I just trade these off. I think I'm fine with that. Let's start by playing Peri at the gates and see what happens. I might draw something that makes me not want to trade here. What they need is to fix the client, the crazy money they made with it in the year, and it's still broken. Yeah, and the quality of the standard format doesn't even get into like all the issues that Magic Arena's client has, which are just embarrassing. Okay, so that's a stealth minion. I'll probably want to kill that. I'll probably Sapo down here next turn. You see the new commander announcement. I did not. Friendly minions in the 3 adjacent lanes get +1/+1. That's sick with Panic Raider here. Huh, I could just put the twins down here. I'm going to deploy my extra units down over here as well, because if they kill my Sapo, I don't want them to be able to hit me and draw another card with this.
Do we have a mission?
70 new legendaries, a new commander booster box, and them just printing them cards and raking it. Yeah, that, you know, they need to monetize it, right? Need to, want to. Need and want are interesting words. This is smart. They're sliding it down away from my Sapo here. Wait, what? Give a minion before attacking in combat deals 2 non-combat damage to the defending minion. That's sick. Alright, so they're almost out of cards here. I think I just slide this down. I think I'm going to deploy these on either side. And then activate this and pass. That's true, extras. What you're supposed to do in Commander is play with the cards you enjoy. Oh, is this... They could slide this down and then play the Mentor here, and then this could attack... No, this still has to attack this, right? You want me to get a little bit more aggressive? I don't know. They're just down so far on cards. I don't feel like there's a payoff for getting aggressive. Like, they just had double removal spell, like, I don't know. Seems unnecessarily risky. They added a new game board for Halloween, I believe. You can find the deck list and the deck queue on my website. It'll also be in the YouTube video description after I finish up today. So next turn's probably burn the 2-drop, Seal of Exile this, play my twins out. Got a good spread on blockers here. They're down to 1 card. Sweet. Enter code Foxfire to get a cute card sleeve. Well, I haven't done that yet. Let's do that. I think we're gonna do one more, and then we'll call it an afternoon. Store Foxfire. Oh, he is cute. He's got a little treat bag and everything. Thanks for the tip, Muffin. Someone had mentioned that in the Discord, and I completely forgot. All right, one more, shall we? What's our record with this one so far today? We're 4-2. Not quite as good as the 7-0 with the orange green mid range, but you know, still respectable nonetheless. You have a mat reward here. Opponent goes first. So because the opponent goes first here, we've got our pursuit bonus. So we start at 25 life this game because we were on the draw. Again, which is one of the many wonderful things about Mythgard. They seek to balance that play versus draw, which is great. Yep. Huh? I don't really know what they're doing. Looks like they might be a ramp deck. I'm definitely deploying this over here so I can attack their thing. And I'm burning a yellow card. I'm just going to burn the falls, I think. Might be right to hold on to that in case they end up being aggressive, but... yeah, Volition. Feels like they're probably going to be something more mid-rangey. Yeah, the Volition decks are like pseudo combo decks, right? They like put a fatty into play and then like Volition them once or twice and kill you over the course of a turn in the very late game. I might just like Dark Passenger this. Kinda don't hate that. I can also like play this Poxbringer. Let's do that actually. No, because then this can still kill this. Let's just Dark Passenger this. Yeah, it's stunned, but I get it keeps deadly. It's not an until end of turn modifier, it's permanent. So like, now they trade off here, and this is fine for us. Draw some cards, yep. Poxbringer can deal with this nicely next turn. Gets to hit it for 1 and then give it Blight 2, which is great. Now that they deployed another one down here, I think I'd rather hit that one. So this is got bigger at the start of their turn because that's what it does, but it keeps Blight 2 permanently, so this will die at the beginning of their next turn, so I don't need to attack it again. So kind of getting like a 1-for-0 there, because like this killed their card and they're not going to, and I still have my 1/1 with Blight around. Destroys enchantments, yeah. Card's rude. I'll slide this over. I think I'm just playing a draw 3 of our own here. Draw is expensive in this game. The yellow draw is expensive. Red's got a lot of pretty cheap aggressive card draw. Orange does too. That's pretty good. So this is an enchantment that says, while occupied, your spells cost 1, have their cost reduced by 1, and you could spend 2 in your unit's action to return a spell from your discard pile to your hand. So they can read the tombs here again. It's pretty good. What do I want to do here? I think I just want to play Zolea. Maybe I should keep sliding this down. I should probably keep sliding this down to get closer to this. Yeah, Bald Mountain is very strong. Yeah, I think I should have moved this down so I can get closer and closer to attack whatever they put in the mountain. I have another one that I can just deploy next turn, though, which is nice. Vomit. This is one of the best cards in the game. And the fact that it's paired with Bald Mountain here is super scary. So if I do this, I get to draw a card, right? It just dies. So they didn't play Temptation, they played Traitorous Murmur. Oh! Oh, I could have Temptation and gotten my Zolea back. Yeah, that's a good line. Mistakes were made. It'll be okay. Yeah, because Temptation steals it and then gives it back. Yeah. They would have gotten to activate Bald Mountain though. So like, if they get to activate Bald Mountain, they get to pick their Traitorous Murmur back up. So I'm not really sure that I want that to happen, right? Like keeping whatever they do on the mountain, like stunned or removed every turn is like pretty important, I think. In fact, I think I'm gonna go ahead and sapo to kill this because I just can't let them like pick their thing back up. And then Sapo's a giant monster here, so Zolea died because she was blighted. So this is a really good one to put on there. Cannot take more than 2 damage inside of combat. So I think I'll actually probably slide this over and drop Libre here to kill this. Although if they play out a couple more units, I might just misanthropia. The overlay does not have an export option. However, if you go to mythgardhub.com, you can export it from there. And the link for the deck on Mythgard Hub is on my website. So this has Swift. So it gets an extra move action. So they're gonna get to activate the Bald Mountain next turn regardless of what I do here. Which sucks. So they get to move this, hero power, move it again, and then activate it on the Bald Mountain. Well, I guess I can stun this. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so this stops them from activating the mountain, which is the goal. So this can't move, and then it'll die next turn. This only banishes minions. That's brutal.
Muere.
I think we're dead, chat.
Duerme.
Bald Mountain is just like incredibly backbreaking in these control games. Not having while our hero power is great as mend against the aggressive decks, it's like really awful here, right? So like if I think I start by Dark Passaging here. Because this draws me a card. I could draw Angel. Okay. That's a good one. This is gonna die to Blight next turn. We are truly in one of the strangest timelines, Hider.
There are always consequences.
So they stunned my thing. Going senile. Ben senile. Just like, the fact that we have to just like kill whatever's on this every turn, otherwise they pick back up Traitorous Murmur. Thanks for the 11 months, Stingy. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Angel, please. Removal spell, please. Yeah. Yeah, feels like a pretty classic example of like their deck just being much greedier than ours. The old control mirror leaves with the person that goes a little bit bigger. This deck, the way this deck is built, we beat up all the aggressive decks that we played against pretty much. We had a really, really hard time with these other control decks, like the rack deck that we played. Yeah, I think between the two decks that we played today, I definitely preferred the orange-green mid-range deck as opposed to this more controlling deck. Like, being able to, like, close games out faster was ideal, and, like, the Caravan allowed us to do that really nicely. At any rate, it is, it's close enough to wrap up time that I'm not going to dive into another deck. So we started a little bit early, so we started with this format a little bit early, so I'm going to end a little bit early. Thanks everybody for hanging out today. Tomorrow, I'll be back on Modern into Pioneer on Magic Online, and then Friday, I will be doing Pioneer into Mythgard again. Remember, if you want your voice to be heard as a subscriber, I'm going to send out the updated subscriber survey probably about 5-10 minutes or so. I'll also post it in the subscriber Discord, so make sure to fill that out, and I'll catch you all here on later. I'm gonna do one last ad roll to meet my quota before I sign off for the day, but I am all done doing content. So